रीड नेपालद्वारा तानसेन नगरपालिका पाल्पाको समन्वयमा तथा देववाणी संस्कृत तथा साधारण मावि, जनप्रिय मावि र लुम्बिनी मावि पाल्पाको सहकार्यमा उत्पादित यो कार्यक्रम ग्रिन तारा नेपाल, फेडो नेपाल र रीड नेपालबाट संयुक्त रूपमा सञ्चालित स्ट्रङ गर्ल्स प्रोजेक्टको एक अंश हो। यसमा करुणा जर्मनी तथा जर्मन सरकार बीएमजेडको आर्थिक सहयोग रहेको छ। कोभिड-19 को कारणबाट घरमै रहेका बालबालिकाहरूको पठन पाठनमा सहजता ल्याउने उद्देश्यले यो हेर्दै सिक्दै कार्यक्रम तयार गरिएको हो।
Namaste, dear students. I am going to teach you English reader. I am going to start from page number 1. First unit is Walking on the Moon. Preview. Learning new words. Read and learn. Hey, look at me. I am bouncing on the moon like a raincoat tennis ball. Here, the speaker is a boy. Where is he? He is on the moon. He invites us to look at him. He is jumping on the moon. He is jumping on the moon like a raincoat tennis ball. Raincoat means weightless here. Here, the boy is expressing his feeling walking on the moon. The word raincoat is a compound word. A compound is made of two or more words. Learn a few compound words that begin with wind. Can you match them with their meanings? Here we are going to learn about compound words. If two or more than two words are used to make one word, it becomes compound word. Here we are going to talk about compound word. Windbag. Windbag is a compound word because here wind plus bag have been joined. Windbag means a person who talks too much. How can you make a sentence? He is a windbag, so he talks too much. Next, wind blown. Wind plus blown. Its meaning is carried from one place to another by wind. How can you make a sentence? Have you ever seen a wind-blown kite? Windfall. Wind plus fall. Windfall. A large amount of money. He is a businessman, so he has windfall income. Wind plus chill. Wind chill. Cold temperature and wind. Today it is wind chill. Wind chimes, a set of hanging metal pieces that produce music. Especially, we hang wind chimes in the bedroom. In his bedroom, we can see many wind chimes. Wind farm, wind plus farm, wind farm, an area with a large number of windmills. Have you ever been to a windmill? Like this. Wind plus gauge, wind gauge, a tool to measure the speed of wind. Have you ever seen a wind gauge? Wind cheater, wind plus cheater, wind cheater, a thin jacket to protect from wind. I bought a wind cheater because I am a bike rider. Windmill, a place with machine to grind grains. She went to a windmill. Okay, here we have talked about some compound words. On the basis of these compound words, we have to fill in the blank spaces. Now, let's fill in the blank spaces. Fill in the gaps with appropriate wind words. I need a wind gauge. Here, we have to choose the word wind gauge here because we are talking about the wind blowing. I want to know how fast the wind is blowing. So, here we are going to talk about wind blowing. So, in the blank space, we have to fill with wind gauge. I could not sleep well. The wind chimes kept me waking all night. Here, the sound has disturbed. What makes a sound? Wind chimes. That's why we have selected the compound word wind chimes here. I could not sleep well. The wind chimes kept me waking all night. You should put on a wind cheater while riding a bike. Wind cheater means a light jacket which checks the wind. So we have chosen a word, a compound word, wind cheater here. Don't believe Horace. He is a windbag. Windbag means a person who speaks too much. Horace here speaks too much. So, the speaker says, don't believe Horace. Don't go outside. The wind chill will freeze you. Very cold situation, wind chill. So we have selected the compound word wind chill here. Don't go outside, the wind chill will freeze you. The company made a windfall profit this year. Here we are talking about profit. Windfall means a lot of money. So we have selected the compound word rainfall here. Okay. Learning new structures. Here we are going to learn new structure. Here the situation has been given. Mr. Fox invited Mr. Rabbit for a carrot feast. Feast means party. Here, who is the host? Mr. Fox. Who is the guest? Mr. Rabbit. Mr. Rabbit ate a lot of carrots and enjoyed the meal. Here, how do you feel now, Mr. Rabbit? Who is asking here? Mr. Fox. The host is asking the guest. The guest says, I feel I will never get hungry again. This is the reply made by the guest. Now, what is the structure? I feel, I will plus verb 1. It has been given there. Now, we use I feel, I am, or will plus verb 1 type of sentences to talk about our current feelings. Here, we are going to learn a structure. This structure is used to express our current feelings. What is the structure? I feel, I am dot dot, or I feel, I will plus verb 1. These two structures are used to express the current feelings. For example, if someone says, how do you feel? You can say, I feel I am good. I feel I will never forget it. In this way, we can express our current feelings. Okay, here we have to use the structures for our conversation. Pair work. Imagine your partner is in the following situation. Ask him or her, how do you feel? ... question mark. Here, you are going to ask the feeling, and your partner is going to express his current feeling. Your partner answers using I feel I ... type of sentences. Here example, your partner has scored all A's. Partner means friend. Your friend is a good student. He has obtained all A's in all subjects. Here, you are going to ask his or her feeling, and he or she is going to express the current feeling. Now, you may say, how do you feel after scoring all A's? Your partner says, I feel I am in heaven. Here, your partner expresses his feeling using I feel I am ... This is the example. On the basis of the example, you have to talk a little more. Okay, next. Your partner has just returned from a jungle safari. You are going to ask him, and he or she is going to reply. You, how do you feel after returning from a jungle safari? Your partner says, I feel I am fresh. And the next situation. Your partner has lost a precious family watch. You are going to ask question. Your partner is going to reply. The dialogue reads like this. How do you feel after losing a precious family watch? Partner says, I feel I am very sad. Okay, here you have learned how to express current feelings. To express current feelings, we use the structures I feel, I am ... or I feel, I will plus verb 1. These structures are used to express our current feelings about any event that has happened now. Okay. Perhaps you have heard about the moon. Perhaps you have heard about the astronaut gone to or been to the moon. Okay. Work in pairs and discuss. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float away? Yes or no? Think. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float where it is? Yes or no? If a book is dropped on the moon, will it fall on the surface? Okay, yes or no? There are 3 questions and think yourself, yes or no. What is the first question? If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float away? Yes or no? Think. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float where it is? Yes or no? Think. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it fall on the surface? Yes or no? Now, I have given you a little bit time. Think. Think about the gravity. Think about the wind. When you think about the wind, when you think about the gravity, you can reply these questions. Perhaps you have thought here. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float away? No, because there is no wind. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it float where it is? No, because there is no wind on one hand. On the other hand, the moon also has gravity. If a book is dropped on the moon, will it fall? Will it fall on the surface? Yes. There is no obstruction of the wind. So, any material, if you drop, it falls faster on the moon rather than on the earth. There is no wind, there is less gravity. So, on the basis of these facts, you can reply these answers saying yes or no. Reading. Walking on the Moon. This short poem describes an imaginative experience of walking on the moon. While it addresses childhood dream or fantasy means imagination, it also invites critical thinking about gravity, space exploration, etc. Dear students, we are going to talk about a poem. The title of the poem is Walking on the Moon. Have you read any poem, story, or an essay about the moon exploration? Perhaps you have read. What have you known about the moon? If you are 24 kg, what will be your weight when you will go to the moon? Okay, the moon has less gravity. So, because of less gravity, there is only 1/6 weight of the person. So, if an object is 6 kg, it is just 1 kg on the moon. If someone is 60 kg on the earth, he will be just 10 kg on the moon. It is because of the less gravitational force. Here, you should be critical. You should develop your critical thinking after reading the poem Walking on the Moon. There is no wind on the moon. So, if you drop something, it falls straight because there is no obstruction at all. Because of the air obstruction, the object falls slightly. But if there is no air obstruction, the object falls straight. So, in this poem, you are going to talk about the surprising facts about the moon. Dear students, we took a little bit knowledge about the moon. This much for today. Tomorrow, we will study the same poem in detail. This much for today. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.